Right, so the complete weigh-in has been done for the card of Alexander Usyk versus Tony Bellew for the undisputed Cruiserweight World titles, as well as the Ring magazine. So, just going at the main event, Tony Bellew and Alexander Usyk both have made weight quite comfortably with a little bit to spare, to be honest. And Tony Bellew, did I see abs on you, boy? We've actually seen that abs live beneath the skin and the stomach of Tony Bellew. So whatever he's done in training camp, he's done a real good job. He hasn't just starved himself. He's worked his way down from heavyweight to cruiserweight, which is quite difficult to do. A lot of people were a little bit concerned about it, but he did only have 30 pounds. Well, I say only, it is quite a lot, but 30 pounds when he first entered training camp to get to, what, 2.5 months ago. So he's done real well. He looks real good and fired up. He is pumped, proper pumped. And I kind of like the new look of him putting the bandana around his mouth and nose. I think that's pretty cool, actually. And Alexander Usyk, again, looks very good, but he always looks good. Even when he's not training, he still looks good. He's got that menacing look about him as well. And he was playing on that as well, almost taunting the crowd as such. And he even wore a Manchester City scarf. I mean, I don't know which team's more popular, Manchester City or Manchester United in Manchester. I have no idea. But if he really wanted to taunt Bellew, maybe he should have wore the Liverpool one. But you know what? It doesn't really matter. Bellew and Usyk, both of these guys look ready. Real ready. Bellew is by far the more fired up, or at least vocally, at least, with Alexander Usyk. He's just playing up to the crowd, giving them his cold stare and the way that he looks. And he knows he does it. And he knows that whenever he finishes a horror movie, he could quite easily slip into the movies for horror movies. Really, he could be some kind of, the new psycho killer, the new Norman Bates or something. He really could. But I'm really looking forward to this fight. Alexander Usyk is, of course, a favourite, no doubt about it. He could beat Bellew on points and he could knock him out. Okay, we have seen Tony Bellew clipped and knocked out before against Adonis Stevenson. That was when he was very weight drained, of course, at light heavyweight. But at cruiserweight, he's unstoppable, really. And he looks good. He's got an excellent boxing brain on him, as both of these guys do, I suppose you could say. But I can't wait for this fight. It's very difficult to pick a winner. I mean, for a boxing purist, I suppose, and all the things point towards Alexander winning this. Usyk should beat Bellew on paper quite comfortably. But, you know what, we're going to say what we always say about Bellew. Don't write him off. And that's exactly what I'm not going to do. My head says Usyk's going to win. My heart says Bellew needs to knock him out, and he can do it. And I wouldn't put it past him to do it. He just finds a knack. He's been watching Usyk and he's figured out some kind of weakness that other people haven't managed to do. Marius Bradis nearly did it. Very close fight, that one. So maybe he's looking at the Bradis to see what he done to Alexander Usyk, believing that he's better than Bradis, and try and implement that one. But yeah, I think he does need to knock out Usyk, and that's what I'm hoping is going to happen. As much as I like Usyk, I really like Usyk, and I do believe that Usyk is definitely a top 5 pound for pound fighter. No doubt about it. I mean, his amateur pedigree shows that, and as a pro as well, and only 15 fights to get all the belts at cruiserweight. Now, admittedly, cruiserweight isn't really a popping division, so it is difficult to say whether or not he's been beating a lot of great talent or just average talent. We don't know, because unfortunately, cruiserweight isn't really a division that pops that much here in the UK or anywhere in the world, really. Or maybe in Europe it does, I suppose. But yeah, I can't wait for this fight. I'm really looking forward to it. And hopefully, because this is Tony Bellew's last fight, his final hurrah, allegedly, then hopefully he doesn't let emotion get in the way of it. He needs to stay focused. Alexander Usyk, his foot movement is that of Vasyl Lomachenko. I mean, whatever these guys do in Ukraine, they do a lot of foot movement. But ultimately, when you're very good at, or very good on your feet, they tend to rely on that to evade shots, and sometimes shots get through, and that's what knocks people out. So maybe Bellew's going to hope to land that big dirty left hook right on the temple or the chin of Alexander Usyk, and that'll be all she wrote. But Usyk can take a shot. He really can, and he can give one. So very, very close fight. It wouldn't surprise me if Usyk does just dominate him. It is Bellew's home ground, I suppose, in the UK. He's from Liverpool, and of course this is in Manchester. It's still north of England, but Usyk don't care about that. He's been travelling for quite some time, so him fighting on foreign soil in the UK isn't going to bother him. He's fought here before in the amateurs, so I don't think it's going to be a hostile reception for Usyk, because here in the UK, you may well be the foreigner, okay, but we do appreciate these guys, and we like the fact that they come to our country and perform, and we will give them a warm welcome and whatever. As long as they haven't been trash talking the UK and things like that, then they're always going to get a very warm reception. So I don't really expect too much of a hostile reception. There will be some, of course, to try and get into the head or under the skin of Usyk, but it just ain't going to work. This guy's an absolute psycho. Anyway, drop your thoughts below, click that thumbs up, and of course subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.